Good afternoon. The 37 essential movements. Movements number 21 and 22. Separate right foot. Separate left foot. Turn and kick with the heel. Okay, those are the next movements in the 37 movement series. But really what we're talking about here is kicks. So this is the first video I'm doing on kicks in English. And I want to analyze them in detail. So the kicks are, how can one say, traditionally we don't kick higher than the kidneys, okay? For self-defense purposes, the kicking foot can be seized by an opponent and you're finished. You're basically down on the ground, or other things even worse. So we don't kick too high. However, that being said, as for training purposes, we always kick as high as we can. Now, my range is not fantastic. Perhaps yours is greater. But we can always add a little bit to at least to the power of a kick. Even if you're not particularly flexible, it's not necessary to kick this high. Some people do, but it's not necessary. What is necessary is to have a kick that is well structured and maximizes the power of the unity of the body. Everything comes together and strikes at one point. The kicks. Other parts of the body also, same principle. We bring everything into one point, contact. Okay, so let's begin with the separate foot. So this is a sink, sit down. As you sit down, the leg will begin to rise, actually, if you're relaxed and connected. And the separate foot is the foot, the leg is straight as possible. Okay, we always keep a tiny little bit of a little bit round in the knee. It's not completely 100% flexed open, although you can do that as an exercise just to work in stretching the joints. But when we practice, there's a slight bend in the knee. Same goes with the elbows. Everything is round in Tai Chi. Okay, so separate foot. Now, the foot, all the kicks have one thing in common, which is that it's in two parts. The first part is that the thigh raises up to the chest, and then you kick out, whatever the kick is. So there's going to be an in-breath and an out-breath, okay? For separate the foot, the point of contact is about here, but all this can be made, we can strike with all of this. Any part of the body we can strike with it, really. So the target is usually moving. So there's no guarantee. In terms of self-defense, especially for women, this is an excellent, this part here. Okay? Neutralize the person quite rapidly. One strong kick right here. This part of the body. Now the heel kick, there the intention is not here, but as is in the title of the movement, in the heel. So we kick with the heel. And this is a very powerful, shoulders, hips together, the body is square, completely square. Now the more square it is, the more power you will have in the kick. The arms raise up. As the thigh comes up towards the chest, turn and kick out, down. This downward thrust maximizes the force that is coming through the leg and through the heel. Okay, maximizes. Heel, this part, a long time ago, this was the toes that led the kick. In Asia, for example, in Japan, I've seen them, the people wear sandals and they train the toes. Some karate guys train the toes so that they can strike with like their toes become like steel. They have powerful strikes directly into the opponent's body. But we don't do that anymore unless you live in Japan or you walk around without socks on. Yeah, maybe it can be useful. Anyway, so those are the kicks. Now, thigh up, breathe in, kick, breathe out. The kick, the power of the kick, now the heel kick, is the energy of the kick is this. Imagine that we're going to kick a window, a frame, a piece of glass. Okay? If you're going to kick, now, if you're going to kick a window and you have all the force going in one direction, you're going to probably cut yourself up pretty bad. So what we're doing instead is we kick and rebound in an instant. Okay, so the kick is, this gives a shock. In this case I'm talking about to a piece of glass, and bam, it pops it. There's an explosion, the leg comes back, no injuries. You don't cut up your leg and stuff like that. If you did it, as I just said, thrust straight through, you risk considerable injury. Now this is useful. Now I've talked before about applying Tai Chi outside of the Tai Chi world and applying it to the needs and opportunities in everyday life. So for example, many years ago I was working in a building in which my boss, or a lady who was administrating the building, she had locked herself out of her office. And it was a very simple office and a very simple door. And so she came to me and asked me, hey, Peter, can you help with this in any way? I said, well, I don't know, maybe I can. Let me have a look. So I just checked out the door and the lock like this, and I saw, okay. I stepped back and I thought, okay, yeah, nice clean shot. So I just half stepped forward and clean shot right onto the lock, and the door popped open. And everything was fine, and the door was, and the lock, neither were damaged. So Tai Chi can be useful. Anyway, thank you for your attention. I'll leave you with that for today. That's numbers 21 and 22, the kicks. We are going to advance to the 23rd movement, which will be a punch down. Okay, and that will actually be an analysis of punches. So these two videos are very important: kicks, and the next one, punches. How to punch, how to deliver a punch, how to maximize your punch, how to be more accurate, and so on and so forth. So thank you for your attention. I wish you all great practice.